paid the doctors, I think,
It was a bunch, I was thinking, it was like 88 and add-on.
add-on.
Some of you.
But I went through, and counted, I think it was 20 absent and then how many resets. So that was amazing to me. I'm making all wrong.
We couldn't make no law.
Well, yeah, you could.
We got a table it on.
Table it. I don't believe it.
You didn't have no attorney to make a decision.
So you can approve and then if she doesn't agree, then you come back.
Oh.
I don't know about all.
Good morning. So you're gonna put a picture of Marvin on the whiteboard so we can see the image every time? Is there a sign-in sheet or something
I
around?
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. Okay, it's right, it's going around.
You too, ain't you? Maybe a little more. All wet. Nice and wet.
We do not have homemade brownies or cookies, but I've got donuts back there, and today is National Glazed Donut Day.
Oh, I think it ought to be a holiday.
You need to get that recipe.
No, I missed it. I don't think I could probably do it if I had to. Sonny, what happened to that truck in Silver Springs?
He said he was going along and, started going down the Jack Break.
Yeah.
And whenever it did, I locked it up.
How much gas? Dollars at
Just that one vehicle?
That's it.
Was he full? Loaded?
Saturday
He
night?
had gallons.
Right.
It didn't leak.
When did they pour the concrete?
Just engine.
What was that concrete? That's the weekend? Was it? The Valero? He said the concrete poured. I don't know if
That's,
he did.
what was last week?
Okay.
Oh, they could pour it. They just put a special chemical so it can sit faster.
We were out there.
No, it's
They
good.
uprighted it without offloading it and pulled it off to an empty lot, and that's where they offloaded it.
I think they're waiting for the state inspector
Why?
I made them hook up grounds,
and check the tanks,
and they didn't wanna do it.
Check what?
the fuel tanks. That's why they haven't come. That's what I heard.
That's the signage, not public comments, but
I
signage.
think it's TEQC, the one that took them.
They told me they grounded it and I walked around with it.
Tax office.
I said, look, this is your property. You don't have permission to be there.
I don't know who it is. Somebody does that.
This just seems like, I don't know, I think Dana asked you to get answer how many people have signed up.
The second one.
Because you, if you go into it thinking,
Our,
no one uses
Yeah.
the service,
for a
and
place
I
set up
sit
all
there
Yes, right.
reading
Set up
my
what?
set up hog pens.
So,
Traps.
so that
That's what he's
should,
doing out there.
be the.
According to him.
So
I warned him
if
about it.
there's a mistake, you know what I mean?
By the area, yeah.
She calls me all the time.
Why would you offer service? Why don't you sign up?
Oh, we used to have a lot there my time, but I guess it was.
Because in case her life can't.
No, her mother's still alive, her stepdad.
Okay, maybe it's.
Your time they have.
Yeah, we used to. have
Well,
our own time
but
called
see,
Kim.
when the dispatcher calls, they don't know at first. I mean, they
Ordering
call,
off
they
to
don't,
another place.
and it could be even someone else, you know.
In case that their life can't come, they try to go.
You know how
You got enough room there? You got enough room?
Yeah, I might know.
No?
But I'll be ordered.
I don't think you become a
But it
trailer.
just seems like
You get behind the truck?
scary.
You're not faster.
You I mean, it's a cheap insurance.
Yeah, for the individual, but what I'm saying is for the county, it's a very high risk thing, because if something goes wrong, you've got an extremely ill person.
This does make sense.
Something happened to. You know what I mean? And who's the deep sewer, if something goes wrong.
What do you mean, gold?
Well, let's say she doesn't get, she messes up, doesn't have the money out of it. And they don't pick up the person and the person dies, waiting on the other one to come. I mean, it's unlikely to happen, but that's why lawsuits are really made out of the things that are likely to happen. But,
It could.
yes,
That's what we have with auditors.
well, what usually happens in those cases, it ends up being a multiple different
Well, that's what I told you.
little mistakes. You know, if there's a case I can find.
9:05, January 12th, 2015, Wilson County Commissioners Court is now in session. Bow your heads for prayer. Heavenly Father, we bow our heads and ask you for this blessing. Ask you to bless Wilson County, this Commissioners Court, and my new involvement with it. Lead us, guide us, and direct us as we work. Keep everyone under your watchful eye safe, and keep the world we live in prosperous and peaceful. This we ask in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Good morning. This may not be new for everybody, but it's new for me. Okay. Number 2, public comments. Do we have anybody sign up for public comments?
We are waiting for the sheet right here. Here you go. Thank you.
You would, okay, you already on the agenda.
Okay. Do you want to make a public comment now, or do you want to wait?
I'll wait till-
Agenda 8, okay. Okay, item number 3, certificates of completion. Certificate of Participation, Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service awards this certificate to Paul File for successfully completing 6 hours of educational training during the District 10 County Judges and Commissioners Conference, December 12, 2014 in Uvalde, Texas. Texas A&M Extension, AgriLife Extension. And Douglas Steele and Kathleen Greer. Anything else?
No, that is it, Judge.
Okay. Approved bonds of Richard L. Jackson, Russell Wilson, Deborah Bryan, Eva S. Martinez, Jan Hartle, Paul Fowle, Larry A. Wiley, Johnny T. Villarreal, Sarah Kennedy, Jim Burdette, Claire Jane Rutland, and Devin Brandon Keene for their elected offices.
I have the paperwork on that, Judge.
Has everybody signed everything? Everybody?
Everything has been signed and Russell sent in his to the state already.
Oh, he
Okay.
has?
Yes, he
Okay.
has. I need to pass those down for your signature, Judge.
Need a motion on that too, Judge.
Yes, need a motion? Motion, Commissioner Fowle, second Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Can I sign
Since there
that
were,
first?
since there are 12 of them,
There's
we
12 of
can, we can sign them immediately after the meeting, Judge.
Okay, I'll sign one just to get started.
That'll be just fine.
And it just happens to be mine.
Be sure you get the spelling right.
Okay. Okay. Okay, item 5, extension activity reports, handouts. Okay, we have handouts, we have 2 handouts, handout from Jocelyn Kutzer and Michelle Allwine. Everybody received the handout?
Yes.
Okay. Any comment on the handouts? Okay. Item 6, public hearing, courthouse annex 1, 2, 3, updates, comments, and questions. You got anything now? Nothing?
Just proceeding on from comments we had 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
John, do you have anything?
No, like I said, we're just proceeding on with everything that we've got. Y'all have the contract now, and I believe next meeting, hopefully we'll be able to get that approved for the other one.
I hope so too.
Just for a public record, how far y'all on the wall? Almost?
On the outside wall, that's 100% with the exception of the plaster. As a matter of fact, I've got plasters there today starting to put the lath on the inside. So possibly the end of this week, more likely than not, the beginning of next week, you'll actually see the plasters there starting to redo it.
We're still looking at April for a move-in date.
If all goes right, yes, sir.
Anybody else comments? Thank you. Okay, item 7, discuss, take action on removal and disposal of asbestos on existing slab at the corner of 3rd Street and Railroad Street. This is asbestos that was discovered. It was after it was undisclosed before. It was discovered as they were removing dirt for the Sally Port in the roads.
Yes, so at the end of the building where the porta cabins were once sat on that big pile of earth when they were excavating on the back side of the street, it was buried under probably 18-inch to feet of earth there. There was an old slab that had old VCT tile on it, so we just had that, getting that all removed, and cause that's where the new Sally Port extension addition is going to go. So
It has to be removed.
yes.
Okay, what we've got is the price of the abatement work, removal of $6,650, and this is the cost that we have to incur since it was undisclosed. And then air monitoring for 3 days of $1,945, for a total of $8,595 for the project.
We've got it.
$8,595. I thought we.
But then again, no different prices.
We can go ahead and cover that as part of the contingency. We have a contingency line item, so I can get with the auditor and find a time and find out how we'd like that to proceed. But we have a little bit of a safety net there in terms of contingency line items that we have on all the projects. So we just wanted to discuss what was going on, and we just need to handle it.
Okay,
That's correct.
so we have the money in the
Yes.
contingency fund. We have to go ahead and,
Do we have to vote on that, Joe?
that's what I'm wondering.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Make the motion. Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Ross. Any other comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Okay. Item 8, Anton J. Urbanzik, request to take action on resolution to protest Railroad Commission issuing a permit to build a saltwater disposal plant on FM 541 East. Mr. Urbanzik?
I'm not familiar with what just happened, but here is the resolution. And here are copies of a map if someone wants to make individual. Anyone else care for?
She's gonna.
Yes. copy?
She would need a copy.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Thank you.
And I guess briefly, these people sent us a certified letter, and we were the only ones, the immediate surrounding landowners. The other individuals in the community are not aware, other than a posting in the paper, and I understand it was, but it was on, I'll gripe a little bit, it was on Christmas Eve during the Christmas holidays, which people don't really read a whole lot, but anyway. One of the issues, and I think you were talking about it, it's on a very large watershed. We're concerned about the environmental there. And there's been a lot of construction, new houses built on that road. And apparently these people that did the research, a person lives directly across with young children. There's an asthma house down the road. And then there's another house about 2,000 feet that's full of kids. They are mostly my family, but they're still young kids. And I think the air, I've been around these sites, and if you read, they claim they keep them extremely clean and air pollution and noise. It's a 24-hour operation. If you read it, it looks like they're predicting 25,000 barrels a day, which I didn't calculate the trucks, but I would imagine it's excessive, probably 50 trucks a day, but 24 hours a day. The road, which I understand by law, they probably have to maintain for these people, but with that increase of volume on 541, which is a 2-lane road, and presently it's looking fair because we haven't had any rain, but I think the traffic and with a lot of elderly people on the road is going to be a very safety conscious issue to look at. So I think the environmental, the safety, just everything involved, I think the well is not to be put there. And we're asking for this resolution, if nothing else, to get us a hearing at the state level. And I appreciate the Commissioner's Court giving me the opportunity. I know y'all are busy and a lot of things to do, but I appreciate anything y'all can do to get me to the state capitol anyway.
Okay. Judge, one of the big concern I have is, if you look here on the map, it's real close to this curve, and it's a blind side curve. And with that many trucks going in and out, it's gonna be a real hazard. They already have a driveway, so they won't have to even get permitted for a driveway, because there's already existing driveway there. And you start looking at 100, 200 salt trucks coming in and out of there a day, that's a big safety hazard. 229 is a very heavily traveled road on the opposite side of the curve. So you're looking at a big congestion right there in that curve, that one area right there where you're looking at. You got school buses going down that road, and they're also letting kids off, like at these houses here. And it's just a big concern with me. Traffic is a big problem with me, and just with the neighborhood where it's at.
Isn't that road, Commissioner, when you go around that corner out of Cole and pass your road, isn't it elevated up that a little bit too? So it's kind of obscured from vision?
Coming from the Kosciuszko side, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, Mr. Herbert, do you have anything you want to add to this?
I'm Robert Hubbard. I own the property adjacent to the well where the big tank is. If everybody knows, that's our big tank there. That is a natural watershed. And it drains directly into that tank, and then eventually my spillways go around and it goes down into the Marcellinas. They say again, as Mr. Evangelist said, they said they've got all the safety items. If you go there right now, I have pictures on my phone. There is a big pool of water down there where they are wanting to drill that well. And I brought that to that gentleman's attention that sent us the letters. I said, do you understand that that's a natural watershed? And they got real quiet on the phone. I do not believe they understand the environmental safeties of any kind of spill that would occur. And they said they do all the regulations, but it's a natural water safety. And that tank, as Mr. Evangelist said, it was there before he was born.
It's been there about 100 years that I can.
So it's not like something that was just built and dammed up there. that was the original owners of the property. They built that over, 75 plus years, whatever. And that is a natural drainage. And they're proposing to stick that well. If you go out there right now, their well side is sitting basically right on the edge or in the water that's sitting into that field. Because it all just sits there and then eventually drains into my tank. And then when the spillways get full, it goes around and then works its way down to the Marcellinas.
One last comment, pride of owning property in Wilson County. My property directly across has been in my family under the same first name, Anton Urbancic, for over 100 years. We want to stay there and we want to live there safely and clean and keep the property looking. If you go through there, everything is really nice. We've got it. His is pampered up. The lake he redid. He built, God bless him, Texas A&M shed. I know everyone's done for Texas. I'm an Aggie also.
And it is a natural, and it's turned into a natural, if anybody goes around there, all the ducks, the federal,
Yeah, it's loaded with ducks on my side, his
so
side, and
federal
there's also 3 more ponds. That particular watershed starts above that proposed well site, and it actually becomes a large creek drainage area that runs right into the Marcellina, which then runs into the San Antonio River, which you all know that. But it's not in an area where it's just totally free of safety issues, environmental issues, pride, and just, I mean, it's just not the best place in the world to put it.
Okay, let me read the resolution. Whereas Wilson County is part of the Bexar County metropolitan area and growing in population very rapidly. Whereas Eagle Ford Water and Disposal LLC has made clear its intent to submit an application for a permit to construct a saltwater disposal facility. Whereas the facility would be placed adjacent to Farm to Market Road 541 between Polk and Kosciuszko. Whereas this facility will have a major negative environmental impact on the surface and groundwater, both in watershed and holding. Whereas the concern for noise, dust, and odor nuisances, which would result in the operation of the facility. Whereas the poor air quality, pollution of the environment to the community of homes, families, and children in the immediate and surrounding areas. Do I need to read the last part, or should we have a vote for that?
Maybe you should have a vote.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I move that the commissioners would be opposed to this well site on 541.
I second.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Fowle, second by Commissioner Gomez to approve the resolution. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Wilson County Commissioners Court is opposed to the construction of this facility and furthermore protests the application made by Eagle Ford Water and Disposal LLC to the Railroad Commission. Signed this 12th day of January 2015. Yes, sir.
We would like to thank the Commissioners Court for addressing this and voting for it. It is for the protection of the people in the area. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Be it known that the Commissioners Court, as opposed by resolution, the Railroad Commission is still.
Yes, we understand.
We understand.
Yeah, but this is the first step for us.
Good luck. Item 9, John Holcomb, Wilson County IT. A, discuss and potential action for long-distance telephone service contract.
Here's your sign sheet.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we've contracted a company, eSpy. Y'all may remember this, to look at our long distance rates and our local rates and so forth and try to come up with better rates. I have a copy of the rates if y'all would like to review them. And kind of on average what we're looking at. And, sorry, Tom, I didn't make you a copy.
I think you've
So-
seen it.
So what they've identified is possibly changing our long-distance provider. Thing is, I got looking at our bills, and you'll see the first page there in your packages there has basically its last page of one of our long-distance bills. And there's a key on the second page that shows what the rate type is, and you can see that most of our calls look like they are type F, which is switch to switch. So on average, if you take that total amount and divide it by the minutes, it's about 0.66 cents a minute, 0.066 cents a minute, or, well,
That's what we're currently paying.
yeah.
This is a long distance and has Stockdale and both identified on there, is long distance?
Well, we sometimes place calls from those locations.
Oh, the call's coming out from stuff.
Okay.
I believe so, yes.
But you don't have a cell phone evidently, because we have no line.
Well,
There's
I have one.
yard. The yards have lines. Yes, sir.
Your line is in
It's not like that's my
Okay.
number.
So anyway, they did provide us a contract. It's about 3 pages down. And if we look on page 5 of that, you can see what the new rates are. And on average, those rates are about 0.28 cents. 0.028, I'm sorry, 0.028 cents. However, most of our calls are intrastate switch to switch. And you'll see that that is actually 0.07 cents a minute on this one-year contract. So I didn't notice that till, actually this morning. So I was looking at all the other rates that are 0.01, 0.03, and so forth. So I'm not sure if we want to do this just yet. I might need to talk to them a little bit more and see if if y'all would like to enter into this, that's fine. But I always kind of want to talk to them a little bit more about that rate, especially since most of our calls appear to be switch to switch.
Do you want to do that, look into that and bring it back? Or?
Yeah, I would like to do that if that's okay. Y'all?
I'll be fine.
And this is for the whole county? I mean, for
Yes,
the
sir.
sheriff department,
This changes all of our.
EMA's office and everybody?
There's an address list, I believe, further back, attachment A, that shows the different locations that this would affect. And we won't proceed with it just yet, then I'll ask them for, better rate or clarification on that, and I'll bring it back to you.
You got one here. 2205 County Road 110.
I don't know exactly what that is, but I can find out and let you know.
There's no office down there.
Okay.
Unless I got one that I don't know.
I'll look into that and I'll,
Check that one out.
certainly.
We got even alternative lane?
Could that be, maybe probation officers
Juvenile.
or?
Oh, that's juvenile?
Probation.
Okay.
What's on blue bonnet?
That's
I'll actually have to find out.
what Burnett is? Sounds
No,
like fine.
Floresville, 200 blue net? Blue bonnet?
FM 775.
Yeah,
That's Burnett. It's the sheriff's.
Blue bonnet.
That's Burnett, that's 775
That's Burnett.
Blue bonnet, Floresville.
No, it's not.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Right here.
But I'm talking about the one I hit up there, 200 blue bonnet.
Oh, the 200?
Timothy's back.
Yeah, there's one 200 Blue Bonnet Lane.
I don't know where that's at.
Okay, well, I'll let y'all know. I'll find out and send you an email here in a little bit. Okay, so we'll,
Oakfield Drive?
Oakfield Drive too.
108 Oakfield Drive?
Is that Galen's address? Galen Jackson?
That could be.
That could be, he lives on there.
Could be.
What drive?
my
Yeah,
understanding
that's
is all
good.
these addresses came off of our
That's good.
website, so.
And Blue Bonnet, I think Devin lives there. Devin lives
That's
on
it.
Blue Bonnet?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, he
off
does.
of 97
Yeah.
to the right.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that could be that.
Yeah, 128, I don't know that one.
So y'all want to table Martin?
Ah, that's right. You know what? That's the constables.
Constables.
Yeah.
Okay.
So y'all are tabling the item,
Yeah.
right, for matter of record?
Okay, on A, we're gonna take no action, or?
Yes.
Okay, we need to table it, or just take no action?
Just table it until next time, I should say.
Or I can put it on the agenda again next time if it looks like it's a good opportunity for us.
We'll take no action, and just leave it, and you can put it on the agenda again next time. How is
Yes,
that?
sir, that'll be fine.
Okay, B, discussing potential action for registration of a .gov internet domain name.
Yes, we'd like to set up an in-house email system and register wilsoncountytx.gov for the domain for that system.
What's it gonna cost?
The cost is
Is it
also
gonna
in your
save us-
package, it's on the last page there, it's $125 per year to register the
It's gonna
domain.
save us money on what we're,
What's the advantage?
yes.
The advantage basically would be able to set up a system, you were asking about for calendar sharing and so forth, we can set up an Exchange server. And that's what that's for. If y'all are interested in doing that.
John, can you expand what Exchange server means? I know what it means, but so that they know, you can share emails, share.
Calendar sharing, and so forth, that's one of the big benefits. I know County Attorney's Office has asked a few times for this ability to, and there's,
Where Danny could look at her screen and see all of our schedules on one screen instead of having to go ask everybody, you know.
and we wouldn't necessarily have to change email addresses, it's just the offices that want to use the system.
Is it common to use this, the .gov? I mean, do some county, lots of counties do it, some counties?
Yes, you can do a search for county websites, and you'll see a lot of .gov counties. What we can do also on the website is we can forward that to our existing website. So,
So what county, or what offices would it benefit other than the attorney's office? I'm just trying to think this.
Oh, and that's just a sidelong little thing, it's not the primary reason at all, you know, for this.
Well, it would benefit any office that wants to share calendars either with their own employees or with other offices. There's quite a few, the main reason I wanted to do this was just to set up that, first of all, a .gov address for the county, but also set up an email system that we could use that would actually have a shared calendar that we could all
John,
use.
do you have to have that kind of a,
No, it doesn't
to
have
be
to
able
be a
to do the
.gov.
Exchange server?
If y'all would rather I go with a different address, we can do it a different way. It doesn't have to be .gov.
We can
This is
use the
something that I had
existing?
discussed with him before about where.
I'm sorry.
Use the existing?
Ms. Palacic and, Ms. Burnett, put something on the calendar, and I can get it in my office, or if I'm not in the office, I can get it on myself somewhere else, if you have a smartphone.
Yeah,
I actually had this in my budget, from last year, or for this year, we did, budget work.
With that exchange server, like Judge was saying, you would be able to sync your work calendar with your phone. We're not able to do that now. And then plus, like in our case, at our building, we can have one master contacts and share contacts, and everybody has access to it, and you don't have to be, going from one office to another to see if somebody has contact information for a particular builder or installer, or, everybody will have access to one central contact database.
And it is,
And calendar.
right, it is just a name. We could even register a different name, like the .net or something. But the .gov requires the judge's signature, so.
And Commissioner Wiley, you could also set up a calendar for this particular room, so if someone wanted to book a meeting in this room, it would tell you if it's already booked, if there's a meeting going on for the extension service. Each little area can have their own individual calendar. So it really benefits the whole county as a whole.
Well, the cost are, the cost is minimal. I was just,
And just like Leanne was saying, it works if everyone uses it. It doesn't work if only, it works
Right.
the best.
And really, it's likely that some offices won't use it.
Right now, my inspectors, whenever they go out, they're supposed to post with me, well, they have to send me an email saying they're going out.
You
Whereas
have
with
to
this,
accept this
all I have to do
on
is
the
look and
calendar.
see what
where
time,
they are and what
yeah,
they're doing.
and I know all the time where they're at, within reason.
And you can set permission levels so everyone can't see all the detail in your calendar where it can be hidden. If you have a confidential interview with someone, it can be set up in your profile so that your staff can't see it or someone else in the county can't see it.
And that's for the exchange system, but the domain, as far as that goes, it doesn't have to be wilsoncountytx.gov. However, if it is a .gov domain, it has to be Wilson County TX. We can't abbreviate it because that's a requirement on their regulations as far as how they issue .gov domain names to counties. It has to have the word county in the name, and it has to have the name of the county. So, and the abbreviation for the state, so it'd be wilsoncountytx.gov.
This money was already budgeted?
You say it's already in your budget, correct?
Yes, sir, I added it to my budget last year,
Right.
for this year.
You have a motion? Motion by Commissioner Gomet, second by Commissioner Wiley. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Tom Disney, County Auditor, discuss and approve order requesting certain routine and reoccurring bills to be presented to County Auditor for review and approval prior to payment.
You have
There's an order.
You have the order?
I have the draft, Judge, but it has to be.
And just for a matter of record, number 10 and number 11 are basically the same. All number 10 is we're expanding all the bills that Treasurer's Office can be paying monthly. And that way, it's an annual order that the court always approves, but it just identifies each particular item in the order.
Okay, let me read the order. Okay, order on this. The 12th day of January 2015, the Commissioners Court of Wilson County, Texas being a regular session of said court, the following members thereof being presently named: Richard L. Jackson County Judge, Albert Gomez Jr., Commissioner Precinct 1, Paul W. Fowler, Commissioner Precinct 2, Ricky Morales, Commissioner Precinct 3, Larry A. Wiley, Commissioner Precinct 4. The following proceedings, among others, were had to wit. Whereas the court has recognized the need for timely payment of claims against the County of Wilson, and whereas the following claims are routine and reoccurring items due at times before regularly scheduled sessions of this court. Okay, utilities, telephone and internet and cable, payroll taxes, credit cards, state fee and court costs, authorized payroll deductions, unemployment insurance, jury service, holding accounts, retirement, health insurance, rent, election, contractual obligation, Contractual obligations, postage, claims charging P&I. Therefore, be it ordered, adjudged, and decreed by the Commissioners Court of Wilson County, Texas, that such claims be presented along with an invoice file listing report for approval by the county auditor. Once reviewed, invoices will return to the county treasurer's office in a timely manner for checks to be printed and signed. The county auditor and county treasurer shall countersign each check. The claims paid outside of Commissioners Court will be detailed and ratified at the next session of Commissioners Court. This order must be approved annually. Do I have any discussion?
So is 10 and 11 basically the same thing?
Yes.
That's wrong. 10 is an expansion of 11, it actually lists each type of claim.
Then we have to approve this order though on its own?
Yes, we have to approve this on its own. We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Morales. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, the order passes. Okay.
Judge, I have
Yes. Oh, you got it.
users. You said has to test that we were looking for. Okay.
Okay, the above and foregoing order passed by vote of the Commissioners Court, Wilson County, Texas, this 12th day of January 2014. Okay, we have item 11, it's on the agenda, so we're gonna approach it. Jan Harrell, County Treasurer, approved payment to be paid in vacation rentals and budgeted payments.
Null and void, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, number 12, Leanne Hoshak, EMC. A, discuss setting dates for the next Wilson County collection events. We have,
Okay, typically we have 2 a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. Going through the calendar for the spring, looks like a good date would be April 18th. The spring one is scheduled to be in Floresville at the Precinct 1 yard, if that's okay with
April 18th.
Commissioner. April 18th. That looked like a pretty good day, unless anybody can think of anything, but the vendor, the HHW vendor, which is our biggest vendor that we try and get their schedule, is available that day. San Antonio River Authority is available that day.
Commissioner Thomas, is your yard available that day?
Yeah.
Okay, and we would do the household hazardous waste, pharmaceuticals, electronics, and tires in the full-blown, collection event. And then if y'all want to have, do y'all want to continue to have 2 a year, like we have in
Is
the
it
past?
necessary?
We've been averaging between 90 and 100 vehicles each event.
Do you think we can get grant support for both of them?
Not for, no, I wouldn't. The grant funds are getting slim pickings, and they are looking at jurisdictions to host their own events, and the grants are being put more towards equipment or other types of projects.
So this one we're funding ourselves?
And we haven't had a grant for a collection event. It's been
But we
a couple
budget
years.
that.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Correct.
we've started budgeting for it, yes.
As a question associated with this, do you have any idea what the status is on our trailer?
I need to get with him.
'Cause
It was due to come in about this time.
it
after the
ought to be
holidays,
fairly
yeah.
soon, I would think.
Yes, yeah.
And the River Authority want to help on both of these events?
Yes, sir.
I can't recall, did we get a tongue pull or did we get a
It
gooseneck?
was a gooseneck. Good electronics.
So we're gonna have to make certain that we've got gooseneck capabilities in a couple of precincts.
And then, do y'all want to try and set a date for the fall? A September date that's available would be the 26th, if y'all wanna look at doing it in October, the 17th or the 24th. And if you wanna look at November,
Where is it scheduled?
in the fall, it would be Stockdale.
You know, I'm gonna have to look at the University of Texas football schedule. So we're gonna have to wait a while.
And
Maybe they don't
November-
have football.
I know.
A man's gotta have priorities.
It's in the budget if we have it in September, if we have it in October, it'll be on next year's budget.
Yes.
It'll be
Yes.
on next year's
Yeah,
budget.
and that's probably
Correct.
why
That's
we
what
did
we
it in
did this year,
October,
right.
yeah,
We
that's
did
why
that
we did
this
it in
year.
October this year, yeah.
Okay, would we have enough in our budget to cover both?
Let's do your
Pickups.
October and
Yes,
November.
we should do October, November.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the day in October?
October, I said, was either the 17th or 24th, November, the 7th, the 14th, what did we say, Brian? 7th or the 14th, yeah.
Can we wait a while, make the October?
And we don't have,
explanation?
we don't have to decide today about the fall, but we can, do it next time. The sooner the better, because we're gonna need to,
Let's wait till Commissioner Wiley sees his
Wait,
schedule.
give me just a little while and I will have it
try to
figured
get
out.
it.
Okay,
But
Okay,
I
well-
I think October would be preferable if we can work it
Okay.
out. And I know we can.
we can set that, we've got plenty of time to set that between now.
Don't-
Well,
The
the
only
sooner
conflict we
we-
have there is the peanut festival. We don't
And
want to
that's,
talk about
the
yeah,
tenth.
that's the
That's all,
10th.
yeah.
It's a
But
second
the
weekend,
sooner
so
we
we'll
Yeah.
make
come
sure.
over the
Yeah.
date, the sooner we can book our vendor for the household hazardous waste, because they book up fast,
I will try to be
Yeah.
prepared by next commissioner's court.
so,
Okay, and then we can put the October one on the
on the next
next,
agenda. Okay.
next budget.
Yeah, next budget.
Mhm.
That's the thing about that, but, okay, we have a date of April the 18th, it's gonna be in the
At the
precinct 1 yard,
Right.
okay, for,
Yeah.
you need a motion to approve the date? Motion by
Yes.
Commissioner Gomez, second by Commissioner Fowle, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, April the 18th is gonna be in the precinct yard, and we will,
Can we take the electronics ourselves? Yeah, we won't have the trailer,
We should have it
Yes,
by then.
we should have the trailer by then, yeah.
and so we can collect those ourselves?
Mhm. Yeah,
And so
We wouldn't
that
have to
wouldn't be a
have-
cost we wouldn't have to worry about.
right. Right. Yeah, we should have the
Get a
trailer.
gooseneck,
Hmm?
get a gooseneck ball.
Yeah, I got one. Big truck.
okay, B, utility permit number 516, Sutherland Springs Water Supply Corporation, precinct 2 and 4, County Road 331, review and approve.
And this, I believe, was signed off by both commissioners already. Yes, it starts in one precinct and goes into another precinct.
Because of the road or what?
It starts in 4.
Let's see.
Everything starts in four.
It goes to 2?
Yes.
That's a long way from Sutherland Springs. That's a
2 and
big
4,
water
Under
supply.
County Road 331.
On the end of 331.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Review.
Did y'all go over the-
No, we have a review.
The commissioners have signed off on it
Have they
already.
signed off with it? Okay, need a motion. Motion Commissioner Fowle, second Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay.
Here's where you sign, Jeff.
Oh,
Right down there.
Okay, C, non-standard plat variance, number 1, Wolf Lane, 546, precinct 3, Walden, discuss and take action.
Okay, this one came before the Development Review Committee last week, was given a favorable recommendation. Mr. Walden owns 10 acres off of Wolf Lane and is selling 4. He's met the road frontage requirements, and there were no other issues. So the committee gave it a favorable recommendation.
Okay, is there any discussion? Do we have a motion? Motion, Commissioner Morales, second, Commissioner Wiley, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that one's passed.
And this. I'll get Dawn to do that.
Okay, number 2, Stover Lane, 282 through 344, Precinct 3, Stover, discuss and take action.
Okay, this one came before the Development Review Committee as well. The Stovers own 10 acres in 2 5-acre tracts off of an old grandfathered easement that was done way before 911 addressing was even done. And they are, so they own 10 acres, they're selling 6 acres out of that. It was 2 5-acre tracts, so they're changing the layout into a 6 and a 4-acre tract and selling 6 acres with a 40-foot frontage onto the grandfathered private road. And the committee gave it a favorable recommendation.
Okay. The grandfather, that's, I guess, be like, it was a county road, correct?
No.
It's an easement, it's
It's
a
an easement.
private road.
Okay.
But it's grandfathered, it's been there since way, gosh, even before addressing was done in the 90s.
Okay. Any discussion on this? Motion, Commissioner Morales, second, Commissioner Thal, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, yep. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Item 13, minutes.